morning, Quirky Birders. It's Lynn here, and welcome to another episode of your Quirky Bird Watercolour Advent Challenge. Now today we're just going to be doing this very simple little mistletoe design, and today we're going to be working free flow from the brush itself. So we're just going to be working directly from our paintbrush. It's nice to work with a size 5 for this one, so I'm going to keep it very simple. Use the size 5 brush and a nice shade of bright rich green. Now when it comes to doing your little mistletoe, it's quite an interesting technique. What you're going to do is load your paintbrush up with the colour green, apply the paintbrush to the paper, spread out the bristles of the paintbrush, lift up and then put in the stem. So we'll do that again. So apply the paintbrush, spread the bristles out, lift up and then bring in the stem. So we'll apply the paintbrush, spread the bristles out, lift up. Now if you're not feeling confident in doing it that way, you can just do the nice rounded leaf shape. So what you can do is literally just quite free flow, just paint that little oval shape and then take in the stem. So it's entirely up to you, however you feel comfortable. But you can either free draw it with your brush, or you can just use that nice technique. Now this just needs to dry just for a little while. So I just want to let this original layer of colour to dry, and then we'll just work over the top with a second layer in just a minute. So we'll let that dry and we'll come back to it in just a moment. Okay, so our first layer of green is now dry, and what we can now do is work with a second layer of green. And you can change the colour ever so slightly if you want to as well. So we'll just bring a different colour of green just through that design. Again, you can do a little mix of the technique of splaying the bristles. We'll just pop another couple of little lighter leaves just here at the sides. Okay, so we now just need to let that layer dry before we then apply the bow. So I'll be back in a short while once this is dried to apply the little red bow. Okay, so your layers of green for your mistletoe now should be dry. So what you now need to do is we can just pop in a nice bow on our bunch of mistletoe. So I'm going to use a nice vibrant red. And all we need to do is let's just paint in a couple of nice loops. And we'll do one the other side. And then we can also bring some tails of the ribbon just down through the mistletoe. So I'm just going to put a little bit more pigment in there, just make it a little bit darker. On the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll be back again in just a little while to finish off the ink details. Okay, so your mistletoe should now be dry, and what we can start to do is we can start to add the ink details. So let's make a start with the actual bow. Let's put a knot in the centre of the bow, and then we can take the loops of the bow around, and we'll do the same the other side. We can pop a couple of little creases into that little centre of the bow, and then let's bring the tails down, and also the other side. Okay, so that's the bow outline. So what we can now do is we can now add some detail to the leaves. And all you're going to do for the leaves is just do that really nice rounded oval shape, and then just pop a long linear stem on them. So just keep something very, very simple, oval in shape, and then add the stem. We can do some of these little ones. You can also just draw some over the top, like so. And then you need to add some berries to your mistletoe. Let's just pop another little leaf there actually. You then just need to add some berries to your mistletoe, and all you're going to do with your berries is just put some very simple little black circles around the area. And there's your mistletoe with berries. So what we can do now, let's pop a signature on there. And then, as we have done with all of our little illustrations, we can just add a very, very quick border. So let's just do that very quickly. And we can just come all the way around our little card. Okay, and that's that. That's all we now need to do. So, hope you've enjoyed today. I shall be back again tomorrow with another fun design. Goodbye.